Welcome everybody. मातृशक्ति समाज के ट्रस्टीज अधिकारीगण, भाई और प्यारे बच्चों, my subject of today would be very simple. When we are doing the Yajnya, all the mantras are in Sanskrit. Perhaps very few can catch a few of these words and understand them. And some of us may also know the meaning of the mantras in the broad lines, as we say in Hindi, bhav roop. But look at the beauty of the learned people who have written the Yajnya Prarthana, which we sung just after the Yaj. How many of us, when we are singing that Yajnya Prarthana, do realize that it's a condensed form of the prayers that we've been invoking to the Lord, especially during Ishwara Stuti, Praarthana, Upasana. How many of us, when we are doing that, we are aware, at least, that we are praying to God, now in a common language, easily understood by most of us? Do we realize that? So we're going today to look at the gems, the spiritual gems, in that Ishwara Stuti, Praarthana, Upasana. In the first line of this, पूजनीय प्रभु हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए. आचार्य जी को स्वागत है. We are invoking God along all these mantras. The first one, Vishwani Deva Savita, the creator of this universe, without whom we wouldn't have existed in the human form of life. The soul would have been somewhere in the karma position, Sushupti Avastha, in the custody of God. He's created that universe not for him, but for us to be able to do our karma, move towards perfection, and be able to get the opportunity to attain His supreme bliss, moksha. Second mantra, Hiranya Garbha. He's the one who is created and sustaining all the luminous bodies. Like the sun, the source of energy for us to live. When we are able to link all this, then we'll see the importance of God in our life and the importance of spirituality as part of our lives. Then we are also saying, Patireka Asit, the one and only ruler of this universe. I've seen so many people saying that mantra, Patireka Asit, even in Aarti Bhajan saying, Tum ho ek agochar, the only one and only God. और फिर कहते मेरे तो इष्ट देव ये व्यक्ति है वो व्यक्ति है. That is his favorite Lord to whom he prays is somebody else, not the Supreme Being, not the Lord. This is where Ishwar, this Yajnya Prarthana is telling us in simple words. And we have, if we put into practice what are the lessons in between there, I think we'll be able to succeed both in material and spiritual life. Upasate, Upasana, meditation. Let's take a few minutes early morning, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, according to whatever be our schedule. do some Gayatri Mantra jap and meditate upon the Lord for a few minutes and then rush into our routine. And again in the evening, just calm ourselves down and meditate upon the Lord. That's the spiritual path. We need not just sit down and do prayers from morning to night. We just have to be aware the whole day that the omnipresent, all-pervading Lord, which is within us, by our sides and all around us, He's looking at us. Hame dekh raha hai, sun raha hai, jaan raha hai. Looking at us, He knows our thoughts and He's watching our actions. इसके आधार पे वो कर्म फल हमारा निश्चित करेगा. He'll determine the fruits of our actions. Then, otherwise, is the Raja, the only ruler of the universe. Sthapitam, जिसने सबको बना करके धारण किया है. And Prajapati, सब प्रजा के स्वामी परमात्मा, the Lord of this universe. Bandhu, the closest, dearest of friends and relatives. Because He is within us. And whatever closeness is there between me and God, between the soul, Atma, and God, Paramatma, that bond remains forever in whatever form of life we are, or whatever be our status, whether in moksha or in pralay. God never leaves us. If we are able to realize that, the concept of God which is there, which is in Ishwara Stuti, Praarthana, Upasana, I think we'll be starting a good footing on the spiritual path. Second one, you are saying, Chor deve chal kapat ko manasik bal dijiye. May we leave deceit. Be strong in mind and spirit. This is what we are praying for. Vishwani Deva Savitara Duritani Parasava Yad Bhadran Tannasava. Again, this is taken back again. Agnena Yasupathara Yasman Yasmat Juhura Namenu and Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan. So how do we learn? We learn from nature. We learn from elderly persons. We learn from learned persons. And then start reading the Vedas. How many of you can read the Vedas? Or have been reading the Vedas? Or at least have started learning? किसी को नहीं? गायत्री मंत्र सभी को याद है? वो कहाँ से है वो मंत्र? Where is that mantra from? Ved. Therefore you are reading the Vedas. Do you realize that? So simple. At least you know one mantra. Now try to know the meaning, word meaning, and then bhav mein, and then what you are praying for. So you'll be starting with a good footing. You already know the mantra. Now start learning the word meaning and the meaning within the whole context. And you'll be progressing in reading the Vedas. It's no difficult job. But we tend just to take things for granted or leave things out of our way. Just be focused in life. The other one, Ved ki bole richaye satya ko dharan kare. This is what I told you. Reading of the Vedas. Start with the Gayatri Mantra. Even when the kids start in the Gurukul, Diksha, they are being given the Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhurvasva Tat Saviturvarenyam. This is the mantra used, and that's why it's called Guru Mantra. And it's also called Maha Mantra, because it is located in all the Vedas. And what we are praying there is Veda Buddhi. Discriminating intellect, enlightened intellect to be able to make the difference between what is true and what is not true. And then we'll also be knowing what is virtue and what is not to be done, immoral things. After that, we'll be able to affirm ourselves in our duties and responsibilities and shun negligence. That's the spiritual path. It's not, as we say, पहाड़ पे चढ़ने का काम है या पहाड़ को उठाने का काम है. It's not going to lift the mountain. It starts with simple things in life. हर्ष में हो मग्न सारे, शोक सागर से तरें. Praying that we all be joyful, free from pains and sorrows. You remember the mantra that you read in between? Prajapati? Yeah, what I told you, the last part of it was, that's it. Vayam Syama Patayuraina. And you recall the meaning I told you? That you be masters of both material and spiritual treasures. And the way to walk towards that starts with small, the very first step. Look even at those people who run the marathons of 10, 20, 30 kilometers. It always starts with the first step in life. बच्चे भी जब चलने के लिए शुरू करते हैं ना, पहला स्टेप जो लेता है, that is the most important. So that's why, if we take what we are saying in that Yajnya Prarthana and put it into practice, apply it in our day-to-day life, we should definitely reach higher spiritual levels, be blessed with higher levels of inner peace, happiness, prosperity, and progress. अश्वमेधाधिक रचाएं यज्ञ पर उपकार को. And the first 5 essential duties of Arya, it starts with Brahma Yajna, Sandhya, meditation. I always tell people, you don't know the mantras, you don't know Sandhya, okay, but sit down, do meditation, Gayatri Mantra. Do the mantra chanting. And don't rush about. Take your time with that. Feel the sound waves, the vibrations coming from each and every word. Like when you are eating, you sit down, take one by one. You enjoy whatever has been served to you as food. It's like this, the same strategy. Word by word, catch the vibrations, catch the sound waves. अपने अंदर ग्रहण कर लो. Then you'll feel all of the external thoughts, external emotions close down by themselves. The mind is silencing, and once the mind has silenced, the emotions also will get silenced. You'll get those higher and higher levels of peace, inner peace. When you're listening to good music, watching a good film, etc., when that's finished, your enjoyment is over. But that feeling, that sensation of inner peace within you is what will enable you to grow forward. धर्म मर्यादा चलाकर लाभ दें संसार को. This is what the Arya Samaj tells you in the 6th principle. संसार का उपकार करना इस समाज का मुख्य उद्देश्य है, अर्थात शारीरिक, आत्मिक और सामाजिक उन्नति करना. The prime object is to do good to the whole world. This is what we call in modern management, the vision and mission statement of the Arya Samaj. Starts with physical, uplift of the physical, then mental, moral, spiritual, and the social conditions of everybody. Then you'll be able to become benevolent. Again, Kasmai Deva Yaha Vishavidema will attain that only Rishivanand has given the interpretation. It comes 4 times in Ishwar Stuti Praarthana Upasana. Ishwar ki bhakti karna, vishesh bhakti karna, and then he adds it there. विशेष भक्ति अर्थात ईश्वर की आज्ञा का पालन करना. Bhakti, devotion, and to understand devotion, let's come down again into day-to-day life. When do we qualify a child to be devoted towards his parents? When only he follows the guidance, the instructions of a parents. A devoted student is the same yardstick. He follows the guidance, the guidelines issued by the teacher, by the professor, and everything. And he goes accordingly. So if you are devoted to God, what do you need to do in life? You have to follow His instructions. Okay, you don't read the Vedas, you don't read the Upanishads, but then listen to the inner voice where the newish guides you. This is the divine guidance. And first and foremost, learn from nature. Things around you. This is also a big encyclopedia of life. Learn from the lives of elderly, learned people. What we'll be doing? We'll be building up from the base that they have in their lives. So, base nahi banana hai hamara. We'll just build up that and we'll avoid the mistakes that they've been doing. We'll be progressing quite fast in life. This is what Kaspai Deva Yahavishami Deva. Now, Vishesh Bhakti. यहाँ पे 10 बच्चे हैं, छोटे-छोटे. Now I'll ask one of the parents. There are things to be distributed among the kids. What is the normal tendency? ये मेरा बच्चा है, इसको विशेष ध्यान दूंगा. Yes or no? This is what Vishesh Bhakti means there. Pay special attention in obeying the laws of nature, in whatever laws God has prescribed for man. Then life would be as simple as it is. It's only that we take things and complicate matters. Like 20 साल पहले मैं एक फिल्म देख रहा था. The end banner was there. It's simple to be difficult, but difficult to be simple. This is what and where we've made ourselves into. Things are very, very simple in life. Just look at what the Yajnya Prarthana is teaching us. In simple words. But we just say it. जैसे कहते हैं ना तोते की शैली में. Like the parrot. Try to catch each and every word. This is in simple Hindi. I'm not telling you to go into Sanskrit, to go into other things. I'm not even telling you to go to delve into the Vedas. Just take this Yajnya Prarthana and apply it, and you realize this amount that you can grow spiritually. Nitya Shraddha Bhakti se yaj adi hum karte rahe. Again, it's pointing out to Bhakti. But then, what's the purpose of doing yaj like this? This is a very scientific process. Instead of putting samagri and ghee, just light fire somewhere and put a red dried chili. यहाँ से सभी लोग भाग जाएंगे. Why? Because that fire has reduced the pungent smell, the pungent characteristics of that chili into small micro particles, and when that goes into our lungs, खांसी आ जाती है, फिर we start coughing. Now with this samagri with so many medicinal herbs there, I think it's over 40 which Acharya has prepared. Just imagine when that is going into our bloodstream and the lungs, what that does to us. And yet it is also prescribed for many things. The next one, भावना मिट जाए मन से पाप अत्याचार की, यद भद्रम तन्ना आसुव, कल्याणकारी गुण कर्म स्वभाव हमें प्रदान कीजिए. It's just we have to put the mental effort. The effort is not at the physical level now, on the spiritual side of life. For all the material things you want to acquire, that's physical effort. The mental effort is there, you have to apply your mind. And when you apply your mind, definitely you'll get the results. हाथ पे हाथ बैठे रख करके कुछ नहीं पाता है. ईश्वर कहता है हाथ पार मार लो, मैं आपको जरूर सहयोग करूंगा. Look at the men. Most of you have been to India. कूली जब आपके सामान उठाते हैं वो क्या कहता है? आप हाथ लगाओ. And once you just put the hand, look at the rapidity, the swift manner you just सामान को उठा करके अपने सर पे रख देता है. Till you don't put your hand, he doesn't have the courage to lift that. Just put your hand there and lift that 1 inch, and he lifts that 6 feet high. ईश्वर भी वही कहता है. आप पहला कदम तो चल लो, फिर मैं आपको दोहरा देता हूँ. What we see in day-to-day life is replicating what God has given to us in terms of the Vedas, in terms of what rishis have expounded there to make the smritis, the Upanishads and everything. Vayu Jal Sarvatra Ho Shubh Gandh, I've explained to you how do we do it through the Yajnya. Expanding those microparticles with the fire and to create an auspicious environment. Swartha bhav mite. How many times we've said idanna mama? That's not mine. Everything which is in this world, nothing belongs to me. The first and foremost master of all the things is Ishvara, God. The concept of Ishvara Samarpan, Ishvara Pranidhan, surrender to the Almighty. And when we've gone with that, the amount of humility, the amount of resilience that we'll be having when we are facing the dire situations in life, then we'll realize how God stands by our side, pushing us forward in life and खंबे की तरह हमारे सहारा देते हैं. इदन्ना मम का सार्थक प्रत्येक में व्यवहार हो. This is what we need to realize on the spiritual path. Pray to the Lord that we always be graced with His blessings, and remember the universality in the prayers. The Vedic prayers, the Vedic philosophy, the Vedic concept of life is universal. कहीं पे वो शब्द नहीं आता है मेरा मैं. Even in this Yajnya Prarthana. पूजनीय प्रभु, हमारे भाव, मेरा नहीं, मेरे भाव को नहीं, हमारे भाव. It's collective prayer. I told you last time I was in front of you, collective prayer, 1 and 1 makes how much? 11. Read it like this. This is the effect. So I just hope, as from now on, next week when we're meeting for prayer again, when we'll be doing the Yajnya Prarthana, we'll be able to at least not catch word by word how I explained, but in the broad lines what I've explained. And then we'll start growing, we'll start walking on that spiritual path. Thank you for your attention. Namaste.